Hello, my name is Shante Franklin, and I'm going to speak on my PowerPoint, my financial environment orientation, and it's pretty much going to be about FedEx, the company that I work for. So let's go. So a brief introduction to the industry and its competitive and financial environment. FedEx is very competitive, and most likely I would say in the top 5 in shipping. It's a shipping company, and what makes FedEx a little different than other shipping companies when it started off was it used airplanes to go from city to city, which made one-day service possible. So everyone else had to jump on board to catch up to that. So it was the first airline shipping company. And then they ended up buying other companies. I mean, at Flying Tigers, which was before, and they shipped animals, and FedEx stuck with that. They ship everything from, I've seen walruses bigger than cars, gorillas, horses, sea lions, pretty much everything. And legal documents, you name it, FedEx pretty much ships it. And they have things that go big and small. I mean, you call your regular FedEx driver, you do anything up to 150 pounds, and then over that and higher, they have heavyweight, which still comes to take care of things. So, and the main competitors out there for FedEx are going to be UPS, I would say, and the United States Post Office, but they also contract with the United States Post Office. They're one-day shipping, and they pay FedEx to get from place to place, and they come pick it up and they do the business. So that's another thing that they do, and UPS, they're always at each other. Where you have UPS, I can remember buying the postal annex places, not the postal annex, but the mailbox, etc., and stopping FedEx from shipping out of there. And then what FedEx do? They bought Kinko's, which was FedEx Kinko's, and later on turned into FedEx Office, and they take care of still all of the things that you do at Kinko's but now you have shipping, just like going to a FedEx location. They do everything there from shipping, but you also have printing service and all the other things that you had at Kinko's. So it didn't stop. And then you have Amazon coming into the game, and they're big for FedEx. That's a big company that FedEx ships a lot, and Amazon is coming in and want to do their own shipping. I'm sure they still may use FedEx in some aspects, but FedEx also says, it had a post in the Washington Post, and it said, Amazon is big, Apple is big, there's a lot of big companies that they use, but none of them do more than 3% of all of FedEx's business. So try and stay afloat with that. It says your company's strategic position in the industry and how its unique business model. Well, I already told you that they were the first airline company to start the shipping. And as soon as some Congress let go off the leash a little bit and they were able to go international and go to more cities, that's when they really took off. And I think one of the biggest aspects of FedEx is the customer service. People expect to call us and get answers, and it's our policy to give them to them. Other companies won't. Other companies say, hey, this is the deal, this is the deal, this is what we're doing. FedEx will give you a certain amount of time. They're going to contact the courier, they're going to contact whoever the package is, and give you an answer. If it's what you want to hear, if it's not what you want to hear, but they will give you the answer to the question that you ask. So that's real big. I think customers want to know that they can count on that. And every year so far, for the last 3 years, which I'm pretty much looked at all of the financial records, FedEx is, steadily climbing back up to, after the economic crash back in the day, and they're climbing, but they also buy planes now a lot. every year, bigger, better, more fuel efficient, so they can make those one-day trips. So we can go farther with one plane and get it delivered in one day. You know, and also by purchasing TNT, now we're going to be able to service 200 companies, 200 countries, and be able to start doing more international work and tying it in with the express work that's here in the States. So bigger and better things to come for everyone who wants to ship international and family and businesses and things like that. It's going to be all wrapped in one. And we go, the assessment of your company's recent, preferably it's at 3 years. And like I said, I had the numbers up. Every year for FedEx, it's gone up. From 2015 to 2017, revenue, spending's down, and actually some of it's up because they've made some big purchases, you know, like they expanded ground facilities, so they spent more there. They also bought TNT, so they spent a little more there. One thing that's different from 16 and 17 compared to 2015 are fuel prices. So fuel prices had just started to taper back down compared to 2014 and 13. So those things all make a difference in the spending and things that's going on. So see what else we got. Outlook for the company, financial future. One thing about FedEx is they always, since I've been in the company, and it's 13 years, prepare for the future. They give us quarterly meetings about what's coming up and what they expect of us, what they expect of the company, financially, business-wise, changes. So it's always about future things. Even when the economy was about to go bad, it was hey, we're going to make these cuts here because we want to keep everyone. We want to keep you guys getting paid. We want to keep you guys in the family because you're already doing the work and we don't feel like starting over with new people. So we're going to make the cuts here and here and here. Your routes may be gone, routes may be cut in half, but you're going to transfer and work here and you're still going to do something. But we have to utilize and make sure that everything is being used to the max so we keep the company intact during these hard times. And even now, again, with the purchasing of new companies and airplanes, and they also are making moves for our competitors that I cannot put over the air unless I talk to my legal department, so I can't do that. But there are things going on that to stay competitive, and that's what they do. And they're doing a good job at it from what I can see because they're right on top of it. They see it coming and they're already preparing for it. Okay, a description of the budgeting process in your company. So, the way I see it is the managing director is in charge of anything coming down the line. You have to go through him to get whatever you need approved. Anything from a small pair of boots to new pants, new shirt, a hat, a belt, or it can be, hey, you know what, we need this building over here remodeled for this or that. Or the air conditioner broke over here for this or that, or we need more chairs. He is the person who okays it or denies it. And he also gets the numbers for your productivity for the day before. If it's people in cans moving freight out, or if it's, drivers on the road, making deliveries. Are they making stops per hour? Are they having a lot of gap time? Are they wasting time? Because all that adds up. And FedEx is not trying to say, hey, this job you could have did in 20 minutes, you took 40, and you had all these little extra things here, and we're paying you this much overtime for what? Why are we doing that? And that report hits his desk, and he's going to go to the manager and ask why. Then the manager is going to come to you and ask why. So it all starts there. And then you also have the senior vice president and vice president who talks to him about it all. So it goes down. And from our standpoint, he has the power of the pen to say this is what can and can't go, because he's going to answer to those above him. But on every other level from there, the managing director to the senior to the managers to the workers, pretty much that's how it goes down. Okay, if I want to give advice to a new manager about the navigating through the budget process, it's going to pretty much be the same thing that I just mentioned. Watching the time that your workers are out, making sure there are not a lot of gaps, knowing that things change, understanding the paperwork and the lingo. So when you have to get that over to the workers, they understand what's wanted and needed from them according to FedEx. Because FedEx is going to change, and it changes every year. What they need, what they want, it could change every week. You know, hey, all these packages that we're redelivering 2 times a day, 2 or 3 times in 3 days, we're wasting money. Once you try and deliver it once and you have to go back twice, that's a free delivery. 2 free deliveries. Try and get it done that day. So you know what? We're going to make you do 2 or 3 attempts on those packages. You know what? We don't have time for 2 or 3 attempts. You're going to attempt it once, leave a note, and they can come pick it up. Everything changes. So it's a constant change, and you got to make sure your employees know that, so they stay on top, so you're not hearing it from the senior, from him hearing it from the director, from the managing director. So that's pretty much what I would say. Stay on top of the numbers and the budget, and you'll be okay. And accounting issues, that goes all the way from Congress making changes to, debt insurance, which is something new now. Fuel, it slaps us in the face every time it changes, especially when it goes skyrocket. And then you have to deal with things that are unseen accidents, because now we're having to shell out money for an employee that's off work or injured, or a vehicle that's broken, or other people that are involved in the accident. So there's a lot there that can turn a little accounting situation into a nightmare for the company. And pretty much that's going to be it for my presentation from my financial class, and it was on FedEx, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.